Shalom, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shabbaratah, Yahweh Shamar Atham Bashim Yahweh Shah. This precinct officer of 500 Mathumya out of I.S.U.P.K. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command during YAHANNA. We've been teaching the truth about the Bible since 1969. Truth being that the blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians are God's chosen people according to the Bible. You understand? And we're going to keep pushing this truth, you know what I mean, until Christ come back. You know what I mean? Give us the justice we deserve. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? This is a brotherhood class. You know, we do this up every Tuesday at the UN Library. You know what I mean? If any brothers or sisters want to, you know what I mean, attend the class, you know what I mean? Y'all know how to do it. Y'all contact me, or not even me personally, but you can, you know what I mean, hit our pages up on the socials, you know what I mean, Instagram or Facebook, wherever have you, you know what I mean, or in the comment section on YouTube, however you can do it, you know what I mean, to contact us or let us know, notify us about you attending the class, you know what I mean, or you wanting to attend a class, or, you know what I mean, how do you get involved into the school, you know what I mean, things of that nature. All right, so right now we're going to go, y'all see the title, you know what I mean, title is, you know, Esau's punishment, or Esau will be punished. Esau is, you know what I mean, the biblical, in the Bible, Esau, you know what I mean, is the biblical name for our oppressors. You know what I mean? Black people, Latino people, Native American, Indian people, we are greatly oppressed in America. You know what I mean? And to be oppressed, you have to be oppressed by somebody. You know what I mean? By some people. You know what I mean? You know, and to be oppressed, you know what I mean, you have to be, you know, made to be, you know what I mean, the lowest people, you know what I mean, in a certain area, a certain section, you understand? I'm gonna get the definition for oppression right quick. I'm gonna get the definition for it. We're gonna read it out. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Same John. So we're gonna read oppression in the dictionary, right? So it says prolonged, cruel, prolonged, cruel, or unjust treatment or control. Meaning, like, this is what, you know what I mean, how we've been treated. You know what I mean? It's been 400 plus years of black people in slavery in America. You know what I mean? We've been in captivity here for so long, and it's been what? Prolonged, cruel, or unjust treatment over a group of people. You know what I mean? They have great control over us right now, and they got control over us without even having to put chains on us, without even having to, you know, have us in shackles. You understand? Like how they did in the past. They just do it by, you know, putting Christmas on the screen. They control us by lighting the streets up with Christmas ornaments and everything like that, and Christmas lights. You know what I mean? They get adults high off of the New Year's and New Year's Eve and New Year's celebration with all the fireworks. You know what I mean, commemorating the New Year for their kingdom. You understand? For this world. You know what I mean? When it's all evil. But that's how they control us, though. That's one of the ways they control us. It's simple to them now. You know what I mean? They don't have to do any physical harm to us because they got our minds off of weed. They got our minds off of drugs. You know, different drugs. You know what I mean? They got our mind off of the love of money. Of the love of money, they got our minds. They got our spirit. They got our soul. They got our hearts with the lust of the white man, with the lust of America. They don't need to put shackles on us today. That's us in oppression right now. You know what I mean? I started off the class saying, man, listen, we are oppressed people. You know what I mean? By the nation of Esau. You know what I mean? Who is the biblical name of the white man? Who is the devil the Bible speaks of? He's the devil. He's the adversary. You understand? The Most High is going to give him his judgment. And why is the Most High going to give him his judgment? Why would the Most High want to give anybody judgment? And for Christians that may be confused, or regular, ordinary, you know, people that might be tuning in, You know what I mean? The word judge is used a lot nowadays. The word judge, you know, why you judging me? Why you judging me? Don't judge him for that. Don't do da 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 da. We don't even know what the word judge means. The word to judge somebody is to punish somebody. To judge somebody is punishment. That's what judging is. You understand? So just having like what the common thing where, you know, the misnomer where people have is we believe a lot of people nowadays, you know what I mean, think judging is having an opinion about somebody. Having an opinion about a person or thing, you know, or a place is not judging. It's not judging at all. It's just simply having an opinion. All right. Now the word judge is to punish, like I said, right? So why would the Most High want to punish somebody? Why would the Most High want to, you know, do something? And what's punishment? You know what I mean? The Most High is not what you think he is, you know what I mean, based off of the knowledge you gained in the Christian church. You know what I mean? All the lies you were taught in the Christian church. What we were taught in the churches, now I'm not going to stay on this too long because I want to go to the topic, but like what we've been taught in the Christian church is that God loves everybody when that's not the truth. I'm gonna grab a precept right now to prove what I'm saying is all facts. All right. And it's not because I'm saying it, it's because of the Bible is saying these things, man. It's because the Most High, you know what I mean, says these things that's in the Bible. All right. I'm gonna read Exodus chapter 15, verse 3. All right, so we can get some character, you know, we could kind of get the feel of, you know what I mean, what the Most High is and, you know what I mean, how he is for real. All right. It's the book of Exodus chapter 15, verse 3. The Lord is a man of war. So first off, it say he's a man. First off, right? He's a man. He's not a woman. I heard some LGBTQ you know, people saying, lying to people, talking about God is effeminate, God is homo, God is this, God is that. You know, abominable words coming out of their mouths. You understand? When the Most High, you know, when it says right here in the Bible, you know what I mean? Y'all keep listening to them pastors, man. Y'all keep listening to them. Y'all keep listening to them and y'all want to, you know, go up in there because it feels good. That, you know, ain't no drug greater than the high that you get from the Christian church. You understand? The Bible says right here, Exodus 15 and 3, it says, the Lord is a man of war. A man of war, man. You know what I mean? He plays no games. He plays no games about his business. He say he's going to do something. He's going to do it. You know what I mean? That's who the Most High is. And he unalived more people on this earth than anybody. You understand? He is not a joke. All right. So, you know what I mean? That should wash some of the brainwashing all right there. But to go back to what I was saying, why would the Most High want to punish somebody? He's going to punish somebody because of what they did to innocent people. Because what they did was wrong. Because what these people have done in the earth was so wicked, and you know what I mean, somebody has to answer them for that. You know what I mean? It seems like now Esau, the oppressors, you know what I mean, the devil the Bible speaks of, is getting away with everything he's done. You know, everything he's done in history, it seems like he's getting away with it. It seems like nobody's going to test him. Nobody's going to try him. Nobody's going to do anything to him. And you know what? That might be true on this earth. Nobody's going to, you know, really he's going to get into wars though. And he's going to really, you know what I mean, get into some battles, and, you know, he's not going to be unscathed. But who's going to really do him in? Who's going to really do him in and put him in the grave like he's supposed to? The Most High is going to do it. You understand? The Most High said, man, vengeance is mine. You understand? He's going to do it. You know what I mean? For all the lynchings and everything like that happened to us, man. Not just that. That's a quarter. That's not even that's, you know what I mean? It's less than a quarter of what he done to us. You understand? But that's just one of the things. So that's why this man is getting punished, because of what he did. You know what I mean? Esau, what he did in the past. You can even go into history in the Bible where we were leaving Egypt. We were leaving Egypt, and, you know, we was being led out, and we had a caravan. We had a caravan. You know what I mean? All the brothers in the front, you know what I mean? The soldiers and everybody was in the front. You know what I mean? and we had the weaker of our people was in the back, like the elderly, the woman, children. It was in the back of the caravan. You understand? And some group of stinking Edomites, particularly which tribe they come out of, the group of Edomites, were the Amalekites, were the so-called Jewish men, the so-called Jewish man, the small hats. You know what I mean? Way back when they seen us from, they seen us from afar, and they seen how, I mean, the weaker of us were in the back and were, defenseless, and they took it upon themselves to unalive our people that was in the back of that caravan. I mean, that's the spirit of these devils. You know what I mean? It goes even further back to, if you want to go way back, what I mean, with Esau himself. What I mean, he was born what? He came out the womb red and hairy. Matter of fact, let me get it just for history and all that. What I mean, let's get it. I'm gonna get it real fast. Boom, boom, boom. Bear with me. Bear with me a second. Let me read that, and then we're gonna go into, what I mean, why these things is gonna happen. All right. So this is Genesis chapter 25, verse 25. And the first came out red, all over like an hairy garment. You understand? So he came out red and hairy. This is the characteristics of the white man. This is no more so a description of the white man. All right. And who else on the planet turns red? They like to talk about our Native American Indian brothers, the Gadite brothers, I mean, the chosen people of God according to the Bible, the North American Indian, the First Nations. They like to call them derogatory names, namely being redskins. You understand? When they are the ones that really turn red. I mean? The only people that really turn red on this planet is the white man, is Esau. You understand? And it's biblical right here. It's biblical. I mean? He came out red and hairy. All right. And if you look at them, if they stop shaving, go into the hairy part, if the white man stops shaving, what I mean, and he don't just shave his face, he shaves his arm, he shaves everything. He shaves everything because you know why? He's the real caveman. He's the real, Neanderthal. You understand? That's who he is. You understand? He is the real caveman. He gets hairy. You know what I mean? That's Sasquatch Sinaqua. You know what I mean? That's him. You feel me? So he gets hairy. That's him in the Bible. All right. Even when Isaac in the scriptures was about to give the blessing he wanted to give the blessing to Esau. You know what I mean? But Jacob, he disguised himself as Esau. He disguised himself as Esau. So he went and got him some. All right, he went and got him some fur. I want to say it's. I forgot what skin. I think it was camel skin. No, camel fur. I meant to say. I want to say it's camel fur, but I might be butchering a little bit. Camel fur. He put on his arms. He put on his arms. He put it everywhere. So when Isaac felt him and was about to give the blessing to him, he could, be like, oh, well, you feel like you know what I mean, you kind of, what I mean, your vibe is like Esau, paraphrasing, of course. But, what I mean, I hear your voice and it's, what I mean, it sound like Jacob. But he anyway gave him the blessing and everything like that. And what I mean, the point being that he disguised himself as being Harry to his father Isaac. You know what I mean? This is the white man right here. You know what I mean? And that's his characteristic. And what Esau did, the point I bring out is Esau, what he did was he went out and was doing God knows what in the fields. God knows what in the fields. You know what I mean? If you look at videos, I like looking at nature videos and all that, like National Geographic videos and everything, things of that nature, where you have watch different things like panthers, or you watch lions, a lion's pride, or you watch different animals and how they live. You understand? I like going into those, watching that sometimes, right? But if you take a look at the white man, and if you even go on Instagram and see things of Esau going out there in the woods and catching he in the pond with his bare feet and all that, You know what I mean? That's how that one devil died like a couple of decades ago, I think. I forget his name, but he was famous for going into the woods, into the wilderness, and you know what I mean, being like close with the wildlife out there. He got shocked and unalive by some eel, I think, and he got unalive. You understand? That's the life of Esau. He's just out there doing whatever, God knows what, eating raw food and all that. I'm about to get into it now. He went, did that, came back to Jacob. Jacob in the crib. He cooking up some grub in the crib, and Esau comes about, and he like, man, listen, he halfway dead too. He halfway dead, begging Jacob, yo, brother, please, man, please give me some of that food right there. Give me some of that pottage. I need some of that right there, man. I'm about to die. And Jacob like, man, this ain't even cooked yet. Like, this ain't even all the way done. Esau like, man, I don't give a damn about that. I need that right now. Jacob like, yeah, some of your birthright. And that bastard Esau did it. Esau gave away his birthright to Jacob because it didn't mean nothing to him. You know what I mean? His birthright didn't mean nothing to him at all, which actually, like, your birthright is to die for, truthfully. But Esau don't give a damn about that. He don't give a damn about honorable things. He only cares about, fulfilling his lust. You know what I mean? If you want to go deeper, let's go deeper into the history. You go to Cain and Abel in the in the garden, back in the garden and all that. Back when. You know what I mean? Cain and Abel, that's a notorious story too, man, for, because if you look at it, they all kind of line up the same. They all got something in common. You know what I mean? Cain, man, like what Cain did, which, the spirit of Esau come from Cain. You know what I mean? Cain, all right, so he was supposed to they both were supposed to have like a sacrifice to the Lord. You know what I mean? Cain and Abel was supposed to have a sacrifice to the Lord. And Abel gave an honorable sacrifice to the Most High. He sacrificed, what the Lord, wanted from him. Cain, on the other hand, he said, why should I sacrifice my best lamb, my best cow, my best ox over here? Why should I sacrifice that? You know what I mean? Well, I should save it so I can have more, and, so I can, save it all for me. That's what he was thinking about. He wanted to hoard everything for himself instead of doing what the Most High said and sacrifice what he wanted him to sacrifice. He didn't do it. And guess what? The Lord didn't honor his sacrifice, and and Cain was so jealous of Abel because he was blessed by the Most High, and Cain was cursed. He was jealous of Abel, and he unalived Abel. You know what I mean? He killed Abel. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And the Most High was like, yo, your brother's blood crieth up unto me. You know what I mean? What the hell going on? What's going on? And what happened. You know what I'm saying? So now, and then Cain's worried, and Cain is all worried, and he like, man, I can't go nowhere because, man, everybody gonna seek to kill me and unalive me. You know what I mean? And Most High like, no, you know what? Nobody gonna unalive you. If anybody touch you, they're gonna get 7 times worse what they did to you. They're gonna get it 7 times worse, as bad as they did to you. Paraphrasing, of course. But this is the nature of Esau. This is his nature. You know what I mean? It goes all the way back. You want to go further, you go to the garden. You know what I mean? Adam and Eve. You know what I mean? If you want to go further, way back there. You know what I mean? The one that tricked, seduced, Eve, to go against what the Lord said, to go against Adam and all that, go against the Most High. You feel me? In the Garden of Eden. You know what I mean? This goes all the way back then. You know what I mean? This is his spirit. This is his mindset. You know what I mean? All these years, he never changes. So that's why, when brothers today, I see all the time on Instagram, I see it all the time on Facebook, when something happens to us, brothers are surprised that, you know what I mean, that is happening. You know what I mean? We got, we can't be surprised, you know what I mean? Because if you will understand that the white man is the devil, the Bible speaks of, everything he does makes sense. You know what I mean? All the killing, unaliving that he does and the lying that he does, that's what the word devil means. Devil means deceiver. Devil means the so like a deceiver, which is to lie. And he is the biggest liar on the planet. That's all he do. That's what they known for, is lying. They lie to themselves. They devils to their own people. You understand? Ask the, go ask the Italian mafia. You know what I mean? Go ask them. They the devil to their own people. They unalive themselves like crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we learn to kill one another. We learned it from them. We learned it from them. We learned the bad behaviors, so like the bad behavior from them. You know what I mean? They are the murderer and the thief on the earth. They are the vagabond, you understand? And this is why they're gonna get their judgment. It goes all the way back there. You know what I mean? One of the greatest crimes of all that they did was, they took our signet, they took our seal. You know what I mean? Written about in the Apocrypha, I believe, where they took our, holy signet and they took it for themselves. And who am I talking about? If anybody listening, who am I talking about right there? Talking about, them small hats, man. They went and they got our identity. They walk around with our shield on every day. They walk around with the shield on with some little tiny small baby shield. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but they walk around with that and they think that they're the chosen people of God. They think that they are, God's favorite people, God's chosen, like it says in Deuteronomy 7:6. You know what I mean? When it can't be, because how we know that? They don't fit any of the curses. They and Christ turned around and said in the New Testament, man, I know, what I mean, I know thy works, I know thy poverty, I know those who say they are Jews and are not. You understand? Paraphrasing it. But Christ turned around and said that and said, man, y'all imposters. Y'all not, you know what I mean? They haven't even been in that part of the land, you know what I mean, for that long at all. You know what I mean? They relatively new to that area over there where they at. You know what I mean? And they took our holy signet, you know what I mean? They end up putting us in slavery. You know what I'm saying? We've been through all these captivities, Black people, Latinos, and Native American Indians on this planet. We've been through all these captivities. That's why we scattered everywhere. That's why that's why the Lord said that first too. Let me go grab that real quick. Deuteronomy 24, I want to say. If not, no. 28 and 28:64. It's all over the Bible, but I'm gonna grab this one real quick. Deuteronomy 28:64. It says, "And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one earth, so like from the one end of the earth even unto the other." You understand? The Lord said, man, He's gonna scatter us from one end of the earth even unto the other. Right here in the Deuteronomy, if anybody knows about the 20th chapter of Deuteronomy, it's speaking about the curses that Blacks and Latinos and Native American Indians are going to be going through. You know what I mean? The curses that we're going to see, that we're going to, come across as time goes on in this earth. You know what I mean? We're in our last captivity right now. We're in the last captivity, and guess what? It's coming to an end quickly. Like quickly, it's coming to an end. You know what I mean? Because we see all the wars, we see what's going on overseas. We see the white man, you know what I mean? He's bombing innocent brothers over there in Venezuela, bombing them so-called drug cartel boats over there. They fishermen over there. They fishermen. Those brothers over there is fishermen, and they unaliving them unjustly. They're unaliving them. They're killing them without a cause. You understand? They only killing them because they're easy prey. Because they're easy prey, and they won't do anything to China. They won't buck against China for anything, because Donald Trump is just, you know what I mean? He's just, he's cowardice. He's a coward. You understand? you know what I mean, China been, you know what I mean, puffing their chests up against the US for how long? You know what I mean? They even got Chinatowns all over America today in the major cities and all that stuff. And they've been doing this to y'all, you know what I mean, and talking crazy about y'all for about America for the longest. And I don't see Donald Trump doing anything to them. I don't see Donald Trump, you know, raging war against them. I don't see Donald Trump doing anything that, you know, would seem honorable as a man, you know what I mean, that cares for his country to them. I don't see it. I don't see it. Why? Because he picks on who he feels like he can beat. He only picks on people that he feel like he can get the upper hand on. You know what I mean? And he think he just going to keep battering Black and Latino and Native American Indians. But what he doesn't know is that the Lord is not going to allow him to keep doing that. Excuse me. The Lord is not going to allow him to beat us in the dirt no longer. The Lord is not going to allow him to, you know what I mean, unalive us to do what he really wants to do. What America, what white supremacy really wants, you know what I'm saying, is for us to be gone, be put in full-fledged slavery like we were in the past, and to eventually just be extinct, eventually just be gone off the face of the earth. That's what he really wants. The Lord is not going to allow it. The more so, like, it might seem a certain way right now. You know what I mean? How Commander General YAHANNA taught me, right? Commander General YAHANNA taught me, you know what I mean, saying, and I think the Most High in Christ was Commander General YAHANNA, man. Because, you know, without him, we wouldn't have this truth and we wouldn't be, you know what I mean, going forward and being strong for brothers and sisters outside these doors to wake them up to the knowledge of the truth. But let me get back to it. Like, he taught me, like, you know, the more they try to come up against the Latino tribes with ICE, with the deportations, you know what I mean, and everything like that, the more they do that, the Lord is going to step in even more. The more they do that, the Lord is going to come up in here, you know what I mean, and do something crazy to these devils. And I can only imagine what it would be. I mean, we know one thing for sure, though. The Lord sent COVID-19 back in, 2020? Best believe it's going to be more plagues. Best believe, you know what I mean, there's going to be more famine. You know what I mean, unalive and terrorism, all that is going to, you know what I mean, happen. You know what I mean, crazy, because it's in the scripture. It's in the Bible. The Lord said it was going to happen. You know what I mean? The Lord said we was going to be put into bondage by, you know what I mean, we was going to be bondmen and bond women to our enemies, man. And it happened. And it definitely happened. He prophesied that in the book of Deuteronomy. He said these things was going to happen. And it happened. You know what I mean? Best believe America's going to fall. In fact, let's get a precept about America falling. Let's get one right here. Let me see. And this is part of the judgment that Esau is going to get. All right, so let me go. I'm gonna go to Second Esdras, chapter 6, verse 9, I believe. Yeah. So the book of Second Esdras, right? Chapter 6, verse 9. It says, "For Esau is the end of the world." For Esau is the end of the world. How do we know we in the end right now? It's because Esau is ruling. Esau is ruling the planet right now. How we know that? I mean, just look at him. Look at America look at America by itself. Donald Trump, he bombed whoever the hell he trying to bomb, whoever he feel like he can bomb and get over on, right? He's doing things, he's trying to stop all these wars from happening. You know what I mean? He trying, you know, show forth his muscle across the planet, everything like that. He's ruling. He's definitely ruling. And not even here, just here. The white man got Russia. He got Poland. He got, you know what I mean, all of NATO. You know what I'm saying? They're ruling the planet right now. Believe it or not. They are ruling the planet. All right. And it says, "For Esau is the end of the world," which is where we at now. And it says, "And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." meaning blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. We're going to be ruling after this kingdom falls. After this kingdom falls, we'll be in power. Black and Latino men and Native American Indian men are going to be in power, and we're going to be in rulership over everybody else, over the Africans, over the East Indians, over the Chinese, the Japanese, the whoever else, the Eskimos, over everybody else. You know what I mean? The Arabs. Why? Because that's what Christ wants. That's what the Most High wants. The Most High wants us to rule and be over top of everybody, man. To make sure all these other nations are in line. And this planet needs it anyway. You know what I mean? If anybody, if a blind man can see, that the white man is unfit to rule the planet. He's unfit to rule. He's unfit to be a leader. You know what I mean? How is anybody a great leader that breaks up families and rips babies out of their parents' hands just because you feel like they better than you, just because you feel like they a higher echelon of people than you? You know what I mean? All they've been doing was, all the Latino brothers and sisters been doing was working and slaving for you for nothing, for pennies. That's all they've been doing. That's all they've been doing was growing your crops. You understand? Picking your fruit. Making sure you got clean salads. You understand? That's all they've been doing. That's all they've been doing, minding their business, doing that. You know what I mean? But Donald Trump is so adamant about kicking them out. Well, who's going to clean your salads now? Who's going to clean your lettuce? Who's going to make sure all the fruit is clean? Who's going to pick it? Who's going to do the construction work on all these for all these different companies? You understand? Who's going to do it? Who's going to clean your bathrooms? Actually, the Latino brothers and sisters, they clean. They janitors across this country. They clean the bathrooms and everything, do degrading jobs because the white man is the devil, the Bible speaks of. But I digress. Who's gonna clean your bathrooms? You gonna do it? You gonna get the manpower to go ahead and have your people do it? You think? Well, you understand? I don't think you would do that. I don't think you would go out there and pick your own crops. I don't think you would go out in that sun and that heat, out there in the fields. With your red self, you understand, and go out there and pick cotton. And pick fruits, pick crops. I don't think you would do that. You know what I mean? So who's gonna do it for you? Who's gonna, you know what I mean? I guess we just gonna have empty shelves in the grocery stores. I guess that's just gonna happen after 10 years. After 10 years, I guess we just not gonna have anything on the shelves. Nothing in stock. And it's gonna happen because the Lord said it's gonna happen. It's gonna be famine. It's gonna happen. The Lord said it's gonna be famine and pestilences. You know what I mean? It's gonna happen because you deserve it. You deserve it. You've been gobbling up the whole earth for since forever. You know what I mean? And now is the time where you get humbled by the Most High. Now is the time you get humbled and you go ahead, you know what I mean, and get put in your place. And that's where we about to go right now. Let's meet up at Isaiah. Let's meet up at Isaiah. Isaiah 14. Isaiah 14 and 1. I'm gonna start here. First. All right. So this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob. He's gonna have mercy on blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. He's gonna have mercy on us. We're his chosen people. You know what I mean? And he'll have mercy on us because we're gonna put away our sin. We're going to stop sinning against the Lord. We're going to stop smoking weed. We're going to stop, unaliving each other. We're going to stop doing all these things, that the Most High said we not to do. We're going to start doing that, and the Lord is going to have mercy on us. You understand? Let's read. Excuse me. And will yet choose Israel. And set them in their own land. He's going to set us in our own land. All right. And let's read on. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. What it means to cleave onto something, right? What it means to cleave onto somebody means they want to, they need help. They're gonna need help. You know what I mean? Help. You know what I mean? The nations, they're gonna need us to do things for them. Hell, you said the Chinese by themselves, they over there eating pangolin, they over there eating raw, it don't matter what it is. They over there eating shrimp straight out the sea, you know what I mean? They over there eating lobster, they over there, and that they got us doing that, you know what I mean? Which is we not supposed to do it. But they over there eating pangolin, bat, all that. I mean, rat, that's what they eat. Leave it to them. That's just they're gonna eat all that, catch a disease, and have the whole world, have the whole earth plagued from the Chinese eating back. You know what I mean? That's why they, you know what I mean? They're gonna be cleaving to us, and they're gonna need help from us. They're gonna need us to direct them in the way to live and how to live their life, because they damn sure don't know how to do it, and it's evident. You know what I mean? Let me pull this up real quick. I'm gonna get back into the reading. All right, Salakia. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so let me get back to the reading. It says, and set them in their land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. The Most High said we gonna take them and put them right in their place. We're gonna put them in their place. And that's what the white man needs. I mean, Salaki. That's what the Esau needs. Esau needs to be put in his place, man. He thinks he's so, like you look at Trump. He thinks he's invincible right now. The white man seems like he feels like Superman right now, right? Until the Lord steps in and he starts, to show him he's really not in control of anything. The white man only been in power because the Lord allowed him to be in power until we got our act together. Until blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation men, women, and children got our act together. You understand? And he just rip it from him. He just take the power away from Esau, man. Let's get some more. Put them in their place. In their place, they're gonna have their own land. They're gonna have their own land. All right. So we're gonna put them there in their place, and they better stay there, and there better not be no jumping borders, them trying to take over other people's land and all that, like how they famous and famous for doing it. Taking other people's land by slaughter. They better not try to even think about doing that, or they get, they're gonna catch a lot of hell. You know what I mean? In Christ's kingdom, right? When we in power. Let me read some more. And the house of Israel shall possess them. What does it mean to possess? To possess them meaning what? To possess them, that means to own them. We're going to own them. We're going to have them as servants. Other words, slaves. All right? Let's read some more. Them in the land of the Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives whose captives they were. So we going to be taking them captives because we were the captives to them. We were there. We were in captivity under them for so long. We in captivity today under them, under the white man. We in captivity right now. You understand? To this day. I'm hearing in my Deontay Wilder voice, to this day. You understand? We are in captivity under, the oppressor right now. And for so many decades, so many centuries, we've been under oppression under them. Let's get some more. All right. And it's righteous. And that shows how it's righteous and not something cruel. I know the Christians like, what is he talking about? Christians like, nah, that ain't right. That ain't it. Nah, that's not what it's talking about. It's saying it, flat out right here. You can't confuse this for nothing. excuse me, you can't confuse this with anything. It's literally saying right here, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. Who? Israel. It says it up here in the same verse. Israel's going to take them captives, you know what I mean, because we were the captives to them. You know what I mean? Black people, we were captives and slaves under these heathen for a long time. The table, this is just a precept on how the tables are going to be turned. You know what I mean? That's all. The table's just going to turn right here. All right. And it's righteous because you did it to us. You know what I mean? We're going to get some more precepts. But right now, I'm going to just read on. And it shall come to pass in that day, the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. That's how the Lord, the Lord gonna give us mercy and peace in that day, man. Once we free from the bondage of America, you understand? I'm gonna go up to Isaiah 20. I'm gonna go up to the 21st verse, right? It says, "Prepare slaughter for his children." Again, I'm reading Isaiah 14, verse 21 in the Bible, King James Version. It's in your Bible. You challenge me on it. You read it for yourself. If you don't believe what I'm saying to you right now. All right. This is not my words. This is in the Bible. Let's read. It says, "Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers." For whose children? For the children of George Washington, for the children of Abraham Lincoln, for the children of all them, slave masters, right? That's walking around here today. That's walking around free today, thinking that that they innocent of the whole thing. They innocent of everything they done. You know what I mean? It says, "Prepare slaughter for their children, for their children, for the, these Edomites just walking around here today, basically. You know what I mean? They got a punishment waiting for them. They got a punishment waiting for them. And it's not because I said they're going to have a punishment waiting for them. It's because the Lord said they're going to have they got something waiting for them. They got judgment waiting on them, all right? Let's read some more. "That they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the faces of the world with cities." Yeah, and I remember in this very same room where we held class, probably might have been like 3 months ago, maybe 4. Sister was in here, and we was I asked her, like, what does this mean? Now, what does this precept mean for anybody that what I mean? This is a good way to get the Christianity brainwashing off your heart. You know what I mean? Like, what is that saying? For any Christian, that is like super flat out right there. You can't confuse that with anything. You understand? It says, "Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the faces of the world with cities." I asked, what does that last part mean? It means they're not going to rise again on this earth. They are going to fall, and they're going to stay in that low state. And eventually there will be no more of them. Eventually there will be no more of them. And that's righteous because the Lord said it would happen. That's righteous because that's in the Bible. It's righteous because the Most High wants it to happen, and it's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like I said earlier, the transatlantic slave trade was prophesied in the Bible in Deuteronomy, and that happened. That happened, and we still going through it, through the process, through the curses today. Best believe this is going to happen. Best believe this is going to take place. You understand? Let's get some more. You know what I mean? Wait, hold up. Don't I got a video up here? I got video proof of how, I got video proof, and not that we need it, but just to show on how wicked this white man is. You understand? I'm about to pull it up right quick. So lock it. Hold up. Share screen. Bear with me a second. I'm about to play this clip for y'all. Boom. All right.
You move. Hey, make you right. Do not move. Back up. Shoot. No. Grab that red card. You a black man. Let him go right now. Let us fucking go.
What y'all see here is a cop. So like an ICE. You know what I mean? ICE is basically terrorizing this pregnant woman, this pregnant sister right here in the video. ICE is in this video, and shout out to the sister Sharab Banyamyan. You know what I mean? Out in I believe Minneapolis, Slovakia. You know what I mean? Where she was in this video too, and she was down there with the brothers and sisters out there. You know what I mean? During this chain of events. You know what I mean? Shout out to her. Now, this happened, right? And they put a knee on this this devil right here, put a knee on this pregnant sister's back. All right. And then I don't know if he tased her or not, but if he did, like, goddamn, you understand? You could kill the baby, you could unalive the baby. You understand? And he's not going to be he's not going to be tried. He's not going to be told, nah, he's not going to be tried and arrested and all that in court for manslaughter. You know what I mean? He's not going to be, you know what I mean, tried for that. He's not going to be put down for that. You know what I mean? Because the white man is the devil. You know what I mean? I'm going to play some more of this clip real quick. It's locked in.
Wait, she's pregnant, bro.
She's pregnant.
Yes, we need assistance immediately. This is for Homeland Security. I got officers getting attacked.
Okay, where?
On West 29th and Pillsbury. I got forwarded to Minneapolis, and they're not answering their phone.
29th.
It's right down the street from Chicago Lake Liquors. Yep. West 29th and Pillsbury Avenue.
Are you all right?
They're surrounded, and they're being attacked.
And he ends up dragging her.
How many is it? Like, okay.
We only have a few officers, but we have, what did they say, 60 to 70 agitators that are fighting them. They're not answering their phone now, so I don't know if they got knocked out or what, but we need help.
The big dummy, you know what I mean? He's spraying the pepper spray and the bear spray and all that. He ends up spraying in his own eyes and all that. You know what I mean? Like, if anybody sees this and says to me, my thumb yard, the white man is not the devil, you out your damn mind. How can you see this and not know that he's the devil? You want to tell me he's not the devil, and you see what he's doing every day. You see what he's doing to sisters like Sandra Bland, to sisters like, you know what I mean? Can't forget her name. The other sister, right? The one that was got unalived, Sonya Massey. You know what I mean? To Freddie Gray, all them brothers, you know what I mean, and sisters over there. You know what I mean? You can't tell me he is not the devil the Bible speaks of. You know what I mean? You can't tell me, nah, my thumb out. He's all right. They all right. They cool. They're not cool. And the Most High said, man, he's gonna have them be put to death. He's gonna unalive these devils, man, because of what they're doing. Because, you know what I mean, what you see right here. I'm gonna grab a few more precepts and I'm gonna you know what I mean? Then I'm gonna probably wrap it up. You know what I mean? This goes well with this precept right here. Let's get Obadiah. Get Obadiah, chapter 1. Get chapter 1, verse 1. Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador who is is sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. It's saying, man, this is concerning Edom, Esau. You understand? That's the biblical name for the white man. You know what I mean? Anytime you hear Edom, Idumean, or Esau, that's talking about the white man. All right, let's get some more. I'm gonna skip down to verse 10. You know what I mean? Before I do that, I'm gonna play this video.
You can support them. Go home.
I'm gonna play it again. Slap.
You move. Hey, make you right. Do not move. Back up.
Grab that red car. You a black man.
Let him go right now.
Let us fucking go. Stop resisting. Let's fucking go.
I'm recording.
Wait, she's pregnant, bro.
She's pregnant.
Yes, we need assistance immediately. This is a Homeland Security. I got officers getting attacked.
Okay, where?
On West 29th and Pillsbury, I got forwarded to Minneapolis, and they're not answering their phone.
29th.
It's right down the street from
Okay.
Chicago Lake Liquors. Yep. West 29th and Pillsbury Avenue.
Toby, are you all right?
They're surrounded, and they're being attacked.
How many is it like? Okay.
We only have a few officers, but we have, what did they say, 60 to 70 agitators that are fighting them. They're not answering their phone now, so I don't know if they got knocked out or what, but we need help.
And y'all see how he's in the video and he's basically dragging this sister, right? He's dragging her, you know what I mean? Dragging her along like she's nothing, like she's a garbage bag or something, right? The white man gonna have to pay for this. And why is he gonna pay for this? Why is he gonna get this judgment that he deserves so bad? Obadiah chapter 1 verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob. You understand? This is why he's gonna get what he gets. You know what I mean? This is why he's gonna get that judgment. Because his violence, because his cruelty against his brother Jacob. You know what I mean? His brother, you know what I mean? Jacob talking about blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Because of his, you know what I mean, murderous ways against us, man. He's violent against us. You know what I mean? The Lord said, man, you are going to pay. You know what I mean? You're going to be cut off by slaughter. It said that in the previous, if you go up one verse, you know what I'm saying? The Most High said, man, Esau, the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Going to be cut off by slaughter. Paraphrase. That's what they got waiting for him. You know what I mean? And this is, you know, and it's important that our people know this because a lot of times our people don't know. A lot of times our people feel like, man, we can't get a win. We ain't never going to get a win. We ain't never going to, you know what I'm saying, get by. We ain't never going to prosper. We're always going to lose in every situation possible. We ain't never going to get treated fairly. We always going to be in this hell. It's going to get better maybe one day. You understand? I'm going to just get high in the meantime. That's what we've been seduced to here in this place. We've been seduced to our men being weak and to our women being whores. You understand? Our children growing up, you know, our sons growing up to be sodomites or itching to kill another brother for some money, for, you know what I mean, for money or for the, you know, whatever the hell, you understand? Our daughters growing up to be, you know what I mean, fast, promiscuous, learning from their mama and all that. We got, you know what I mean, we got to change these ways. We got to change ourselves, man, change our spirit so the Lord could come back and, you know, lay this white man to waste. You know, as he said he was going to do in the Bible. You know what I mean? We gotta make sure we gotta make sure we, you know, change our ways. Come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. You know what I mean? Come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Change for the better. and we're gonna see how much we prosper, man. I'm gonna grab this one precept and I'm gonna leave y'all with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get the book of Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Just going off of what I was basically just saying. You know what I mean? Off of what I was just saying on how we need to come together. Oh, Salaki. Don't do that. My bad. Yeah, so Salaki. We need to do this right here. Book of Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Black man, Latino man, Native American man, we have to gather ourselves together. We have to gather ourselves together, and not just anywhere. You know what I mean? You can't gather yourself together in a Muslim mosque. You can't do that. No. You can't gather yourselves in the Christian church. Hell no. God ain't in either one of them places. The Most High dwells within the I.S.U.P.K. under Commander General YAHANNA. You know what I mean? We're the home of the truth. We got to come together here. Come together here, change our families here, change our lives here, our children's lives here. You understand? For the better, and it's going to happen. You know what I mean? The Lord going to make it happen. You know what I mean? I wonder how quick we going to, you know what I mean, realize, how long it's going to take for us to realize we got to come together here in the UPK, and so we could really do some damage. You know what I mean? Because we doing it right now. We doing the damage right now. You know what I mean? What better thing for a brother or a sister to do is come in here and enhance their family, enhance their life. You know what I mean? From what they was living, from what you're living in now. You understand? You know what I mean? The Lord said, man, the law is not grievous. You understand? We got you know what I mean? We tell you to do certain things. Don't celebrate Christmas because, don't celebrate Christmas. Can't celebrate Christmas. The Lord said you can't celebrate Christmas. You understand? The Lord said he doesn't want you celebrating Christmas. So don't do it. Unless you really don't love God and you really just love yourself. You love your own lust. That's what you love. Oh, but if you do love God, you will stop. You will stop celebrating Christmas. You will stop celebrating it. You will leave New Year's Day alone. The Lord said, gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. So black man, Latino man, Native American man, you know what I mean? It's on us. It's on us. You got to come up in here. I.S.U.P.K. 1 West 125th Street Hall, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA. You know what I mean? Put the blunt down. Excuse me. Put the blunt down. Put the cigarettes down. You know what I mean? You need a rehabilitation program. We do that too. We got programs like that too. You got an alcohol problem. We can help you with that too. We got all different types of programs and departments in here, or we can help you with your issues. You just gotta want the help. You gotta want the help and want to change and get in the I.S.U.P.K, brother. Get in the I.S.U.P.K system, all right? So with that, I'm gonna leave y'all with that, man. I'm gone. All right. So this is the I.S.U.P.K. So I get this precinct officer of 500 of the I.S.U.P.K. started 1 West 125th Street Hall, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA. We've been teaching the truth about the Bible since 1969. The truth being that the blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians are the God's chosen people according to the Bible. You know what I mean? And that the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. All right. And we're gonna end the class off with that. Y'all, y'all remember, man, I'm here at the UN Library every Tuesday at the UN Library from 5:30 to 7:30, man. Y'all hit me up. Y'all hit my line if y'all need transportation, y'all need anything to get up here, hit me up or it don't gotta be my personal phone. Like I said earlier, it could be on YouTube in the comment section. DMing us I.S.U.P.K. Trenton, New Jersey on Facebook or I.S.U.P.K.Trenton on Instagram. All right, y'all DM us. You want to inquire about coming into the school? Y'all let us know, man. Don't be a stranger, man. Don't be scared. Don't be scared to let us know. All right, so with that, man, I'm gone. All right, shalom.